it Music City, and Nashville will always be that. But it's not just a place for troubadours and tunesmiths to make their name. Artists whose instruments are skillets and stoves have turned Nashville into one of the country's most up-tempo food scenes. Center stage for their performance is a street right through the heart of town. It's 8th Avenue, Nashville, Tennessee. Come on, let's eat the street. Before it was ever called Music City, Nashville was known as the Athens of the South. It's even got its own Parthenon. It's a city of government and learning. There are over 20 colleges and universities in the area. The city's influence drew transplants with their different food traditions from across the South. As they've joined the natives in Nashville, they've harmonized into an exciting food culture. One of Nashville's great gifts to the culinary world is the fiery soul food favorite called Nashville Hot Chicken. Lately, it's been showing up on menus from Brooklyn to LA. But for the genuine article, I'm showing up right here on 8th Avenue at Bolton's Spicy Chicken and Fish. Dolly and Bolton are the folks in charge. They protect their incendiary recipe like a government secret. It's blended up on a scale of potency from simply spicy to downright dangerous. They say their chicken is the hottest in town. It can satisfy your appetite and, I hear, cure your sinus problems. Let's see if the doctors are in. So you guys call this hot chicken, right?
Nashville is considered hot chicken capital of the world.
Wow. Tell me a little bit about the different levels of heat.
Light, mild,
to mild.
Then we have medium, and from medium we have hot, and from hot, extra hot.
Tell me a little bit about what we're gonna do here.
We're finna spice the chicken up.
Chicken is in water and secret spices.
Right here in this, right
Are
here.
you gonna tell me the secret spices?
No, sir.
Really?
No, sir.
There's no way?
No way.
You know the spice mix?
Joy, peace, love, and happiness.
I thought I had you.
Then I start working it in.
So how long does it stay in the water for?
It's usually stay all night.
Overnight?
And from marination, it goes into the flour. Well, we don't use an egg base, milk base, or nothing like that.
Straight up flour.
Right.
So every piece of chicken that comes out of here is fried in those two skillets?
Yes.
You have to have cast iron skillet to cook this chicken. It holds the heat.
And now how long does this take to cook?
About 20 minutes.
20 minutes. So what kind of oil do you use?
Vegetable oil, 0 cholesterol, and no trans fat.
This is fat-free. Very, very light.
Yeah.
And what kind of sides do you guys have?
We have country-style vegetables, and we have regular fish sandwiches, and we have whiting, catfish, grouper, and tilapia.
And tell me a little bit about the clientele.
We have more people coming in here for contests. Well, don't tell him that this is hot. Just let him eat it. Don't say nothing. I just want to trick him. You know, I said, that's not good.
Funniest one
I
I
like
saw,
that.
the dude got hot, and he couldn't talk. And he got up on the table and walked the table out. And I thought he was choking.
I seen them lay out there in the grass.
Yes.
They will change colors. You eating it at your own risk.
How about we just say it's extra spicy, spicy hot, and we just give me medium?
Yeah.
You're constantly
Turning.
kind of turning it, babying it.
That's the love in it.
That's the love. That's the main ingredient right there.
Right.
How hot you gonna do this?
Medium.
I'm a little bit nervous about the spicy hot.
But I'm pretty sure you're gonna be up for the challenge.
You think so?
I know so.
Sounds like a dare. Slice of bread,
It's a dry rub.
couple pickles on top. Oh, really? I need
That's
this?
hot.
I don't do it like that. If I'm gonna eat it, I just break
Dig
it
in.
in.
All right, let's do it. Well, look at this, man. Ah. Pretty sure I taste paprika, cayenne, but Bolton, are you sure this is medium hot?
That's a medium hot.
Maybe you should change your barometer of spice. I think this might be a little bit hotter than medium. Just
a little
letting
bit.
you know. It's delicious, though. It's fantastic. And you know what? I can still taste the chicken.
Yeah.
And it's very good, you know, but it's pretty spicy, man. Let's have a little wing-a-ding. All right, medium, done. Now, which one are you making now?
Hot.
Oh, yeah, make sure you get it all in there. Don't miss a spot. You guys have the ambulance on speed dial?
There's nothing like a little pepper on your pickle.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Add some pepper on the pickles. Thanks. Even the pickles murder. Woo! Is it normal that I'm seeing spots?
You feel it, as it's going down. It's sort of, let's just say, it heats the throat. And then when it kind of sits there, like something's happening.
Yeah.
It's like the devil's child is in there trying to come out.
Get the crust. Don't be scared.
Oh, you saw me avoid that crust. I thought we were friends, man.
We are.
The flavor's amazing and it tastes great, but it is, I think my lips right now, numb.
You gonna tell your woman, this is a little hot. It's hotter than I thought it was.
You know what? It's a good burn.
It's got to be a good one.
And it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Bolton, you're the man. Thank you so much.
All right.
I'm gonna give you a hug right now in case I don't survive.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Maybe one last piece.
Yeah.
Coming up, some chefs work with farmers. This chef is a farmer.
I think we need a fork.
Fork?
I think we might need something just a little bit smaller than that.
Near downtown Nashville, 8th Avenue runs through a neighborhood called The Gulch. It's a gritty, creative hotbed with live music joints, funky boutiques, and a restaurant where the celebrated young chef also happens to be a working farmer. At Flight, Chef Matthew Lackey celebrates the seasons and Tennessee produce with an approach he calls hyper-seasonal cooking. All restaurants have prep areas. Flight's prep area is a little different from most. It's only 20 minutes out to the farm where Matthew grows ingredients with his buddy, farm manager Eric Woodbridge, at a complex of community farms that supply local markets and restaurants, including Flight. They asked me if I wanted to come pick vegetables and cook them right on the farm. Yeah. So you grew up farming with your grandfather. Your grandmother had a diner, so you still kind of combine both. I mean,
Oh, 100%. This is where you come and get your inspiration on dishes.
what do we need to start picking?
I thought we might get a couple baby carrots and move to the top of the farm and see what piques our interest up there.
Awesome, let's do it. For our purposes, I mean, we see something like this.
It's beautiful.
This is Mother Nature, man. I mean, you can't get more natural, real than this. So, I mean, this is probably gonna be the centerpiece of our dish.
All right, so we got our carrots now. I say we go up top and see what we can find that's interesting.
Let's do it.
I got my buddy that's gonna meet us up here, Eric Woodbridge. He's really worked closely with me on getting everything that I need for the restaurant. Here's my man now. Chuck, this is Eric.
What's
Eric
up, man?
Woodbridge.
Chuck, Eric.
Nice to
Good
meet you. This is your place.
That's right.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
man. How many acres in total?
We lease about 300 acres. We raise vegetables, fruit, a little bit of everything.
Feeding Nashville and keeping it green at the same time.
That's right.
This is awesome, man. So what are we getting? Let's get some
Yeah.
turnips, some radish.
Cherryette radishes and
Nice. Build your menu out here, right?
yep, that's
Don't
right.
invite me along. You'll never have anything left. Turnips right here.
Yeah, let's grab a couple pieces of this baby bok choy.
All right, Matt. So turnip, radish, bok choy. You got an idea where we're going?
Man, I say we go with some Bear Creek beef on this one. It's a local farm that we get a lot of our beef from, so.
Beautiful. All right, let's do it. What a great place to improvise a dish. We're actually at the farm. I mean, we can see actually where we picked all our vegetables. And we came here today, we really didn't know what dish we were making. This is kind of all about finding what we got when we got here. So, not to put you on the spot or anything, what are you calling this dish?
I say we call it the Bell's Bin Bounty, due to the fact that we're hanging out at the Bell's Bin farm today.
Oh, he's good. So we've got a little mix of vegetables straight out of the dirt, some beef from just down the road. I love it.
Everything just came off the farm, so I say we just do as minimal amount as possible. Tops off the radish. The turnips next. We cut them in half, put it in the bowl. The bok choy. So we're just gonna take the butts off of these. So a lot of people don't use the carrot greens. Some of the best flavor in the carrot is actually in the green. We're gonna leave them just the way they are.
Beauty.
Small toss in the olive oil, a bit of salt, give it a decent amount of black pepper. Then we're just gonna season the culotte.
The piece right on top of the sirloin, it's super lean.
This is aged for about 60 days. A little bit of salt,
A little bit of pepper. Where do we go next?
a touch of oil. Get our steak going. Put the root veg in behind the steak. The fat that drips off the steak will kind of flavor these turnips and radish.
Like a boss.
Bok choy, tossing in a little bit of oil, salt and pepper, a touch of oil. Carrots, just a little bit of olive oil, a little salt. And once again, this is all about just letting all of this pretty much speak for itself.
But tell me a little bit about the dishes that you guys are known for at Flight.
I'd say the first dish that comes to mind is definitely a beet salad with roasted beets, beet-soaked carrots, and just petite salad greens with a little bit of black pepper and olive oil. We're really big into beets, so yeah.
I'm big into beets myself.
All right, then I'm gonna flip the steak, toss the turnips around it a little bit.
What's that over here?
We've got a fermented green garlic puree that we brought from the restaurant to pair in this.
So how do you make that?
We do like a 45-day ferment on green garlic, fresh allium, blanching everything, cooling it down, pureeing it up with a small amount of whey.
It's like creamy, it's got a little bit of bite.
Kind of gives something that's not so recognizable.
Dude, that's amazing.
All right then, so I guess we can start getting plated. The turnips are almost done.
Let's do it, let's do
We'll
it.
take our puree, our roots down now, our charred choy, none other than your personal favorite.
Peace and love, carrots.
A little salt.
Beauty, look at that.
I think we need a fork.
Fork?
I think we might need something just a little bit smaller than that. And it's
Dude.
fresh.
Wow. The steak's really good. This turnip, a little bit of this ferment.
That's something amazing.
When you have something this fresh, we really didn't have to do anything to this. It's still crunchy, it's still crispy. It hasn't been altered, it hasn't been blanched, and honestly, you can taste it at every bite, and this is farm to farm. I mean, we didn't even need a table. Coming up, just how does a nice cup of coffee sound? Did I just see a spark come out of there?
Oh, yeah. Don't stand too close.
Nashville may have given us 10,000 country songs about whiskey, but don't let that fool you. A lot of drinking in this town is coffee. South of downtown at 8th and Douglas is 8th and Roast. It's more than just a coffee bar. It's a farm-to-cup micro roaster. Owner Lisa Wood buys directly from coffee farmers around the world and roasts the beans herself, right in the back room. Now that's a fresh cup of coffee. Every bean that comes through here goes through the roaster. And does every bean kind of go through the same exact process?
Yes. But how I put the heat to it or how much air I give it as far as different beans and pulling out different qualities.
Tell me a little bit about the process that we're gonna go through here to roast these beans.
The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our beans up in the hopper. The roasting is all about manipulating the airflow and time that it's in the roaster. We're going to pull the air all the way to you till you meet resistance. Drop the bean.
Oh, we can see it right there.
First minute and a half or so of the roast is we drop the beans into the hot drum, but they're room temperature, so we don't want to scorch them. Turn your burner on, and then open your air completely up.
Did I just see a spark come out of there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Don't stand too close.
Where's the coffee from?
This is a Panama. It is a natural process, extremely rare coffee. When they pick the little coffee cherries, the seeds inside,
Yeah.
which is what we call the coffee bean, they put it on raised beds, and they let it sit in the sun and dry like a raisin. Then they got the cherry out, and they sent it to us. It almost smells like a fruit.
It does.
It's amazing. Color is changing. We're right at almost 300 degrees, and the goal is to get over 400. So we're waiting for our first crack to occur. That usually occurs around 378 degrees, where the water is boiling and the sugars are doing the caramelization. And so when we do that, we're going to hear a really big pop. And there's our first crack.
There's the first crack.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
Big changes going on.
I mean, the bean is way bigger. It's obviously changed in color. It's a lot darker, which smells amazing.
Pull towards it.
Nice. That is cool.
We're just going to let it cool down, and it will actually taste better in about 2 days because it's releasing CO2. And if you don't allow it to off-gas, then it can have a little bitter note.
So you said you roasted some a couple days ago that we could try?
We do. Let's go make you a pour-over.
So beans roasted, rested for 2 days?
Yes.
Where do we go from here?
We're going to make a pour-over. Basically, we're getting that first cup of coffee every time. So the first thing I'm going to do is called the bloom, and we use just a little bit. The chemical process where CO2 is released after roasting, when I grind and I put the hot water, every bit that's left is released at once, so all the bubbling you see and bloom is happening. We like to do that for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
So I'm going to be pouring, and this is going to take me about 1.5 to 2 minutes,
Okay, really just like that?
just like this. It is ready to go. Let me see what you think.
Here we go.
I hope it turned out well.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Delicious. It's fruity. You could taste blueberry and even a little bit of chocolate. Can I get some whipped cream and caramel on this, please? Tucked in the back of the Nashville Farmers Market, there's a little shop that puts the best of Tennessee produce on a pizza. It's called Bella Nashville. Owners Dave Cuomo and Emma Berkey moved here from New York and set up shop because they like the local farming scene and the local music scene. They're not just pizza people, they're also a band.
Say I gave my life to country if I was sure I was wrong. Say I gave my soul to God.
Making music or making pizza, either way, this sounds like a good time.
Night of the Johnstown flood.
Your background is pizza making?
I've made pizza professionally since I was 15. Like as a kid, I mean, Friday night was always pizza night in my house. I mean, pizza is what just brought us together.
And you're also a musician.
Also a musician.
I'm feeling maybe Nashville, music.
It's Music City. It's part of the draw.
Tell me a little bit about the pizza that we're gonna make today.
Okay, so this is the hummus pizza, which is not very Nashville. This is like the least Nashville pizza we could have made. This comes from my New York background. I'm trying to bring back a food that's good for you too and makes you feel great too.
Let's start making this one.
Let's make a pizza.
Right off the bat, obviously whole wheat dough, so very, very different than regular pizza dough in the terms that it looks pretty wet. And so how do we make the dough?
First, we mill the flour and grind it up as fine as we can. We then just mix that with water and malted barley and let that sit just as flour and water for 24 hours. And then we add our natural starter. So instead of using yeast, we've cultivated a pre-ferment natural starter here. The whole thing becomes a dough. And then the next day we can make pizza out of it.
Coming up, Napoli Schmapoli. For pizza, Nashville's where it's at.
So we're gonna get it in the oven now. 900 degrees, what we're going for.
Wow, look at that. Nashville's a creative town. At his Farmers Market Pizzeria, David Cuomo is showing me how to give wood oven pizza a whole wheat spin. So the whole process to making the dough is
4 days if you count feeding the starter too.
amazing.
Really slow fast food.
I love it.
A little bit of flour. I start by making my crusts. Just go around. We call it the bead right here. A little more flour. Make sure my bottom's floured too. And then I call this the wax on, wax off motion. We're just going to open it up slightly. Let it open by itself here. So we're gonna semolina our boards, and that's just a hard coarse durum wheat that we've ground up, and it helps it slide off. It has the same consistency as cornmeal without the corn flavor that I don't really want on my pizza that badly.
So just for the bottom, right?
Yeah, just for the bottom. The trick in the air is you want to maintain control of it. 1, 2, and it's done. So now we're going to add, this is a tar. It's a Middle Eastern spice blend and olive oil we're gonna brush on there. It's like instant Middle Eastern flavor.
Sesame seeds, I'm trying to think.
Thyme.
Thyme.
Za'atar is an herb that they grow over there.
It's kind of a mix of a whole bunch of different herbs.
And every country around there has their own little blend of it that they use.
And we're good to go.
We're ready to go.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we're gonna put a screen on there. That's gonna hold that down, otherwise it doesn't pop up like a pita bread in the oven. 900 degrees, what we're going for.
Wow, look at that. It's instantaneous. You can see right away.
Yeah.
It's kind of caramelizing around the edges.
Starting to
There's a little
bubble.
bit of smoke. So what kind of wood are you using right now?
We're using red oak. Any good seasoned hardwood will do, as long as it's really well seasoned. You want it to catch quick and burn through.
About a minute?
That's a pizza.
Oh, there you go.
So now, hummus.
Tell me how you make the hummus.
Okay, so hummus is a very simple food. It's mostly just chickpeas and garlic. You're gonna start with your liquid, which is gonna be lemon, tahini, garlic, olive oil, water, some chickpeas. And then by just like 5-10 minutes, walk away, do something else, then it's ready.
So visually, it's easy to tell. It's very, very smooth.
You want creamy. A little bit of olive oil, our chili oil,
Beautiful.
toasted nuts, almonds and pecans. For a little bit of texture, this is our secret weapon, sumac.
Yes.
This is the strangest thing to me. It looks like chili powder, it tastes like lemons. I don't understand this stuff, but we need this little bit of brightness in something, sumac. And then for color and for flavor, a little bit of mint. That's a hummus pizza.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Cheers.
It's fantastic. I love the hummus, but this dough, I mean, whole wheat dough that tastes like this, that actually tastes like dough. There's a little bit of chewy and a little bit of crispy. You know, there's obviously that creaminess from the hummus. At the end there, you really feel the chili oil. It's not too spicy, but it's definitely there. The crunchy of the nuts, awesome.
Thanks, Chuck.
awesome.
Thanks for coming
Man,
by.
Thank you so much.